Good morning and welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be going over the 5 best Cataclysm farms. Now just stick around and enjoy the video. Okay, so today we're going to be going over the 5 best Cataclysm gold farms. These ones are going to be a little bit different. Some of them will be kind of new, so to speak. If you've been around in the transmog space before, there is some high value ones that you can also be doing. Aside from that, let's get into number 1, which is the Cinderbloom Farm in Mount Hai. Now this one is a great farming location in order to farm up a load of Cinderbloom. This can be used to craft the Vial of the Sands mount, and along with that you can also use this to make the Potion of Treasure Finding, which most gold makers that are watching right now is quite well adept with, because the Potion of Treasure Finding is used to farm up a load of different things, and it actually helps with gold making in general. Aside from all of that, this farm is particularly very good in order to do because Cinderbloom holds its value quite well. There's a lot of people actually usually focus on Whiptail and Azara's Veil and kind of neglect Cinderbloom so much. So we're actually putting this towards how easy is it to farm the Cinderbloom, which is fairly easy. You just follow the route on the screen right now and you'll pick up a load of Cinderbloom. The gold per hour for this is usually stronger than Azara's Veil and also Whiptail. Along with that, that means it's going to actually sell relatively fast because it's used in the same variety of different things those other herbs are used for. So that means you'll be making quite a sizable amount of gold for your time worth invested. If you really want to double check how much gold you're going to be making, obviously it is in WorthIt as an approximation to give you how much gold you're going to make. This will be found under farming and then under herb. Now, other than that, let's move on to number 2, which is the Firelands Trash Farm. Firelands Trash Farm is pretty straightforward. What you'll be wanting to do is to 25-man heroic and jump in there with a Potion of Treasure Finding also drank. Now, what you'll be wanting to do is gather up all of the trash mobs and burn them down. This will give you a wide variety of different types of transmog items you can sell on the auction house, specifically for Cataclysm. And along with that, you'll be getting a load of tiny treasure chests in which you'll be getting quite a lot of them. What that will give you is a load of Cataclysm mats, an assortment of them, i.e. the cloth, volatiles and ore, and that means you're going to be getting quite a sizable chunk of different types of volatiles going along with that. This can be sold on the auction house for fairly decent prices, and overall is a very decent way in order to get a hold of a lot of different fast selling materials as well as a lot of transmog to pad out your auction house. Now I found that Firelands is probably one of your best ones to pad out your auction house when it comes to Cataclysm-esque transmogs, and that is because there's just so many mobs. They just drop so many greens and blues and epics. So that means that you're going to want to keep your eyes peeled and have either the WorthIt recorder or have the loot appraiser open when you're actually farming this up, so you can see what you're actually farming and what you're actually picking up. Aside from all of that, I would, however, think about what type of animals are actually in there, and I say animals because you've got turtles and scorpions which can be skinned for savage leather. You can increase your gold per hour by doing this, by killing those trash mobs as well and skinning those with the Dark Moon Firewater in order to speed up your skinning time. This will definitely give you an additional amount of gold because savage leather goes for a decent chunk, and then all you have to do once you've done your complete route of the instance by killing the first massive pack of mobs is run out and reset the instance. Once you've done that, jump back in and rinse and repeat for an entire hour. Once you've done all of that, you should be sat with a healthy amount of mog materials ready to be sold on the auction house. Aside from all of that, you will be locked for the week if you do take out any of the bosses, so just be careful that you don't kill any of those bosses when you're actually doing this farm. Aside from that, let's move on to number 3, which is the Volatile Water Farm 5-man. This one is located in the Twilight Highlands and primarily is a go-to farm if I am in need of a lot of gold in a very short amount of time. What you're going to be wanting to do is by getting yourself into a 5-man group, and with that being said, when you actually do that, you'll be wanting to get yourself into a 5-man group, space yourselves out accordingly, and then just start killing any of the mobs. Kill those mobs with the potion of treasure finding equipped. This is more than helpful in order to do, and quite frankly I find this to be a great way in order to actually farm up a lot of volatile water and a load of additional materials for those potions of treasure finding, as you're mainly going to be killing a lot of them. I would highly recommend, however, using a druid in order to moonfire them down, and that is due to the fact that you can make an easy macro that just destroys them. It's just /target the water elemental and then /cast the moonfire, and then you just press it, and then after a couple of minutes you'll be wanting to go and loot all of those mobs for those necessary materials, and then just get back to your spots again to rinse and repeat the sequence. Aside from all of that, you will be getting at least around about 700 volatile water, so take that as you will. This is primarily a very good go-to farm for increasing your gold per hour. You can, however, do this farm solo, but you'll get considerably a lot less volatile water for your hours worth of invested. Now, along with that, let's move into number 4, which is the Pyrite and Whiptail farm. This one is a multi-farm, meaning that it uses multiple professions to farm it up, and that would be Pyrite and Whiptail, of course. But other than that, you do also get Elementium and Volatile Life alongside this. What you'll be wanting to do is follow the route on the screen right now, and this is where you'll be going down the entire river in the Y shape and then going back up again. Once you've done that, you'll be gathered up a load of Whiptail and Volatile Life, and then you'll subsequently fly around the outside to go back to the other side of the Y. This is where you'll be picking up Pyrite ore and Elementium ore, and you also have a chance of getting hold of a battle pet along with that, and that is the Elementium Geode. What you'll be wanting to do after that is just following the route over and over again for the entire hour, and you should have a wide variety of different types of materials such as Whiptail, Volatile Life, a few of the other subsidiary volatiles such as fire and water and earth. Those ones you don't get an awful lot of, but you do get some of them from those mining nodes. And the main one that you're going for is the Pyrite ore. So you'll be going mainly for your Whiptail and your Pyrite ore, hence why it's considered that type of farm. Aside from all of that, let's move into number 5, which is the Black Rock Caverns. Now, Black Rock Caverns is a great farming location in order to do, and this is where you'll be going over to Black Rock Mountain. What you'll be wanting to do there is running inside the instance on normal mode and killing the entire instance. What you'll be wanting to do after that, however, is by using either your Dreamwalk ability or just disappearing out of the dungeon and resetting it to go back in. This one tends to give you the most high valued transmog items I have ever seen for Cataclysm, and the sell rates on them are stupidly good, like in the grand scheme. Now, aside from those transmog farms can actually give you anywhere from like 0.1 all the way up to like 0.5 in sell rate. Now, if you know that, if you're a transmog farmer, that is pretty good for transmog. That is super high valued. Now, I found that this is primarily a really good farm in order to do, and overall it's probably one of your best transmog farms you can do for Cataclysm. Aside from all of that, this doesn't take you that long in order to farm up, and I'd highly recommend giving it a go if you are at a loose end, if you're a transmog farmer overall. Now, to round all of that up, that is the 5 best Cataclysm gold farms that you can do right now. Have an awesome rest of the day, and I shall see you in the next video, which will be tomorrow. If you want to support the channel and help make the channel even better, then why not check out the Patreon. Members get additional info, gold making resources, and Patreon specific content. The link is located in the description down below. Thank you and have an awesome day.